So, I gotta make this video. I like videos, I like the camera, I like putting myself out there, social media. Really, social media is my social life because, I come from a rough town. My town is really rough. There's really no love here. It's a rough town, and it's like, it's just rough. I'm 34 years old, and I work. I do everything I have to do to survive. But a little bit about my story. And I want my son to be able to see this too. Hi, Musa. Yes, my son. His name is Musa. His mom name is Chantay. That's me. A little bit about my story. I was emancipated at the age of 17. Now you might say, well, what does emancipated mean? It means when you go to court and you tell the judge, like, look, my family's been abusive, they've been neglectful. Um, I'm basically almost an adult. Is it possible that I can have rights to take care of myself and emancipate myself from this family so that I can raise myself? Either the judge says yes or the judge says no. Now, I was in foster care and group homes like all my life. Um, and I felt like the family that that was raising me, it wasn't my mom and dad, because my mom and dad passed away when I was young. I was about 9, and my mom, she passed away. It was a horrible, how she passed away. It was horrible. And my father, he passed away through something horrible. And I really don't know too much about my mom and dad. I don't know too much about them. And it's just me. Um, you know, as far as like siblings and stuff like that, like until I get this DNA test from Ancestry.com, I don't know who I'm related to. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what my bloodline is, even though me and this guy who might be my brother, we look alike. I don't know if that's my brother. You know what I'm saying? Because the relationship is so estranged, and it'll never be there. You know what I'm saying? So I just say I'm the only child. But I got emancipated. My mom and dad passed away when I was about 9, when I was young, and my mother's mother raised me, and she was kind of old. She couldn't really raise me because I'm an Aries. You know what I'm saying? Very, probably always getting I was always getting into fights, especially in Philly. You always got to fight somebody. Use your hands. You know what I'm saying? With some situation, and you're gonna fight dudes too. It's not it really, mainly it do be dudes. It don't be a lot of chicks that want to fight you. You're gonna go through that phase where people gonna want to roll on you. That's what they call it, roll. They don't really do that no more because it kind of got played out. You know what I mean? Especially with technology, like and people, it's just people don't roll on people anymore. Even though you might say to yourself, "Damn, I don't want to get rolled on," but they used to do that a lot. So I got emancipated at 17. Um, got my own apartment, had a job, was doing good, but I was also getting benefits from my father because my father, he wasn't no slouch. He left some money behind for me. So I was getting money from that, but that money kind of got cut off when I was about 20. And that's when I started, like, falling on hard times and things like that. Um, I began traveling a lot, trying to find opportunity in other states. I went to Atlanta, Delaware, Jersey, New York, California, Texas, Virginia, North Carolina. I went different places to try to find opportunity, and then that's when I, met my son's father. We had a relationship. I got with him, got pregnant, had my son, and it really took for me to become a mother to really start to be happy. Before my son, I mean, I was okay, but I wasn't really happy. You know what I mean? That I always felt abandonment issues. Until I had my son, that's when I began to feel like love, what love was. Really focusing more on love as opposed to money, or focusing more on love as opposed to fighting or being unhappy. My son brought a lot of love, and even though my son lives a couple states away from me, he doesn't stay with me, but he lives a couple states away from me. I still feel him, like telepathically. I feel my son. I feel like and then I have dreams at night sometimes about my son, and that keeps me going because the dreams are always good dreams and never like, bad dreams about my seed. So, you know, ever since I had my son, I felt, a lot of love. And I always said, Dad, I'm so glad I had a child because he'll be 10, soon. So he's basically 10 now. So he's basically a tween. And I'm going to have a teenager in 3 years. So it's like, wow. You know what I'm saying? So now I'm doing a lot of reading on, teen boys. I don't really get into him being black and all that. I think that he has just as much opportunity now as anybody else, especially with him being in the new generation, a new millennium child, going to school, technology, everything's advanced. So yeah, but as far as being emancipated, like it has always been hard because I deal with those abandonment issues and I feel like people around me abandoned. But it's just the town I live in. The town I live in is kind of rough. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's really no love, and but I deal with those abandonment issues, and sometimes other people try to make that their issue. The fact that I got emancipated, everybody wants to put their hands in that, and it's like, whoa, Dunny, back off. Like, you don't know nothing about this. Like, your parents was good to you, or maybe because I had the gods and the earths in my corner. Those 5%ers up in New York and Harlem. They was in my corner, letting me know. Even though some of the guys was from Philly, they would let me know, like, look, you gotta back away from that family. Like they saw with their own eyes that the family was like rotten and wasn't good, and they wasn't taking care of me, being real neglectful, abusive, kicking me out the house and all this at a young age, like making me, do things with people that would come through the house. Like it got real crazy. You know what I'm saying? So, but I eventually got that emancipation, which turned my life around because I'm independent. So now it's just a thing of me working and trying to not look back in that direction, because even though it is painful and I go through those abandonment issues, and I feel like sometimes I have like certain social anxiety where I don't trust people, don't want to talk to people, feel kind of like somebody's going to hurt me. Those feelings might not never leave. You know what I mean? They might always stay with me, but I'm 34. I'll be 35 next year in April, and I'm still doing my thing, still hanging in there. And despite the fact that I was abandoned at a young age by my mom and dad because of even though they couldn't help it, well, kind of could help it, but they abandoned me, and I had to grow up with people who really didn't want to take care of me. Ended up getting emancipated, so that's my issue. But Musa, I love you, and I love all my comrades out there. And that's it. That's my video, and that's it. Peace.